As a child, as a kid, you tend to not worry about a lot of things, not worry about situations that you're in. You tend to be invincible for majority of the part, unless you're like one of those scaredy cats. But when you're a parent, one of your biggest fears is your child being caught in a situation that you do not want them to be a part in. Let's go ahead and check this out. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Blue, channel where you find the truth, seek understanding, and be the light. So, bro, it's me being a parent. I never realized how bad it was. Just trying to watch out for my kids. Just trying to make sure that they're good. Just trying to make sure that they're not caught in those situations. Can you prevent absolutely everything from happening to your kids? Of course not. We know that, but the problem does come. So let's just go ahead and get right into the video. Apparently, Louisville mom describes inappropriate behavior she saw on a playground camera at JCPS school. Let's just go ahead and see exactly what's going on and let's talk about it, because it's tough out here when it comes to involving your kids with other kids. Let's check it out.
JCPS says security cameras showed elementary school students engaging in inappropriate behavior during recess, but a mother claims it was sexual assault.
WDRB's Valerie Chin explains how that mom was able to see the video.
Part of Lincoln Elementary's playground is blocked off, saying no play beyond this point. Monet Simon says that's the area she witnessed 4 girls caught on surveillance video.
What did you see them doing?
Very explicit, from kissing, from a little girl's pants down, from hiding their heads under their coats.
Simon watched the video after filing an open records.
Bruh. This is elementary school, guys. This is elementary school, guys. This is, I mean, I don't know. Let's keep on.
Request, wanting to see video of her 6-year-old son. She says the school accused her first grader of pulling a girl's hair, but she didn't realize what she would see instead.
Actually, my son, I seen them on there one time crying. I seen them on there one time playing by himself. I seen them on one time actually playing with the kids, but never pulling their hair. After we watched my son, there was a camera that was off to the side, and we was like, okay, well, let's see if he went over there and maybe, did something on the side. And that's when I seen them little girls doing very much inappropriate things.
This email tells Simon she can't have a copy of the video, but can make an appointment to see it in their office, and that's what she said she did on February 3rd.
You were with a JCPS staff member.
I was.
What was their reaction?
Oh, I was shaking, and she was just like mouth dropped, like speechless. So it's not something that it's not something you see every day, but as a parent, and if it's your child, you definitely want to see the video.
Simon says she then went to her school and tried to talk to the principal and assistant principal, but wasn't able to.
Instead, I just told the office staff, y'all have sexual assault going on this property, and y'all need to correct it. And I will be going to the higher ups to inform them about it too. I left the school building, and not even 15 minutes later, I got a phone call from the principal asking me about the sexual assault that I seen.
A day later.
So it's always when we're about to make complaints, that's when the principal wants to head up and try to figure out exactly what's going on. These public schools, man, I don't know.
Later, this letter was sent to parents from Principal Samantha Miller. The letter said security cameras captured students engaging in inappropriate behavior during wellness time last month, which is recess. JCPS won't release more
We call it wellness time? When did we switch that up?
Details about the incident, but says its police department and child protective services are aware, and the district is following up with the parents of the students.
How long were the girls in that area of the playground?
5 to 6 minutes.
And where did you see the teachers during this time?
Nowhere. The teachers was nowhere in that facility. The teachers is far.
Simon says her son served in-school suspension for hair pulling that the video showed he never did. She wants an apology from JCPS and wants the district to be more transparent.
I don't have to lie about no kids, because these is kids at the end of the day, and I'm a mother first. So whatever I see and how I see it, I'm going to put it just that way. I don't have to cover up any truth.
Valerie Chin, WDRB News.
So first and foremost, and it's weird, as a kid that grew up in public school in New Jersey, public school in Georgia, I don't know. I never seen nor heard these issues until the past several years. And by past several years, I mean when I actually started working with the public school system right before COVID, and seeing and hearing and witnessing all these crazy things that these kids are doing nowadays. And it's like, what the heck is going on here, y'all? What is going on? Parents, what are we allowing our kids to be exposed of? Let me tell you an interesting situation. I was exposed to denography. Denography. That's crazy. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. I was exposed to the denography when I was younger on one of those explicit channels back in the day. This was, mind you, this was like early 2000s. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have websites back then that we could just search up like that, because it wasn't often somebody had a computer. And if you did, you didn't really know how to use it if you were a kid. And there really wasn't much channels that you had available to you so that you can see these things, unless you just so happen to get those one packages where they had those explicit channels on the TV for whatever reason back then. I guess it was just a normal thing back then. I don't know. But it was on the TV. Now it seems like that's just any kid can get it. And actually, that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part is it's not even just a matter of having these explicit, like specific pornography shows or clips or whatever on the TV. It's what they're seeing in these shows that their parents are more than likely watching. Their parents are more than likely watching these shows in their vicinity, and they think that their kids not paying attention, but in reality that they really are. Or when they're on these devices that they're on 24/7, they stumble on clips of these shows in which they see these things. Because it's not that they just learned this from nowhere. Or it could be a situation, which I'm also going to admit, where a one of these childs may be experiencing these type of unwanted behaviors, of these unwanted touchings with somebody else that they know, because it's a trickle effect. At the end of the day, we got to be cognizant of what our kids are doing at all times when they're kids, because you never know what they gonna be running. The minds are so malleable that anything that they see initially, they're gonna think that it's okay, especially if whoever is doing it with a smile or a laugh or just whatever it is that they got going on. Then they're going to think that it's okay, and it's not. It's really not. This is why I'm heavy on, being specific with who my kids are around, who they're chilling with, this and a third. Now, granted, my daughter is only 3 right now, but it's crazy stuff. And kids are always wondering, teenagers always wondering, even young adults always wonder, yo, why are you making a big deal about your kids hanging around with this person or that person and all this and the third? When you want your kid to grow up a specific way and not be exposed to certain things, not yet in whatever degree that they're going to be exposed to, you have to be mindful of who they're around. You just have to. Because if you just let them do all willy-nilly, then they're going to start doing all willy-nilly. And you're going to end up in this situation where you have parents that probably have absolutely no clue what their kids are doing in school to other kids. It's a trickle effect. This is happening in school, guys, which is crazy, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, you're telling me that this parent who was told that his kid was pulling somebody's hair didn't even find that in the camera. So that's strike one, because y'all sitting here lying out here because there was absolutely nothing in the cameras based off of what she said. And then you're telling me that this camera caught young children out here doing inappropriate things to each other around the corner in an area that they're not supposed to be in. And then on top of that, teachers are nowhere to be found. Teachers are probably sitting around on their phone because they're just kids. They're just going to play. It's whatever. This is the part when it comes to being a liability, and they should be held heavily liable, because there's no way that you're telling me during recess they're able to do all of this. during recess, the teacher should know where the kids are at absolutely all times. Somebody should have their eyes open. This doesn't look like it's an area where you wouldn't be able to see if you were to just walk around. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's one of my gripes with school at this point, because your kids could be exposed to so much. Why would you want that? As a full functioning member of society into this economy and whatever social group that you're a part of, anybody with an ounce of wisdom or discipline and sees the issues of this world will not sit here and be like, that's okay. No, bro. No. This is the huge problem that we have with the public schools. There's a lot that's going on, and the supervision is dropping less and less. Granted, there was a situation. Let's see, there was a situation that could have been finessed. So, experience that I had when I was younger. I was in elementary school, and we were heading to. And this is a perfect example of the situations on how this actually can happen back when I was younger, but at the same time, the precautions that was taken. I was heading back to the class. We had just finished wellness time, whatever they call it now. We had just finished recess. I'll just stick to what I know. And we were heading back inside the classroom. Everybody lined up and all that stuff. There was a girl in my class. We had just finished recess. We were heading back inside. She had told the teacher, "Hey, Miss So-and-so," because I can't remember who was outside at the time, "I left my jacket. Can I go get it?" And then she was like, "I'll take Vander with me so that we're safe." So she grabbed me, and then we ran to the slides where we can get her jacket, which surprisingly enough, she did leave her jacket, but that seemed like something that was planned. Similar situation. It was in the slide. Everybody had already started to go inside. It was nothing but a few seconds. Climbed up to the slide, found where it was at, and then she gave me a kiss. Was it on the lips? I think it was on the lips. Mind you, this was middle school. My grade, I had a bunch of pretty hood kids in my grade. Anyways, so she gave me a kiss, and like literally a second later, I hear the teacher, "Did you guys find the jacket?" A second later, there would have been absolutely no time to do anything else, y'all. No time to do anything else at that point. And that's what I'm talking about. Like the teachers being present, being aware, and knowing exactly what's going on with the kids. If anything were to happen, it would have had to have happened in a second, or else there was a teacher that was looking. And every time I recall in recess, there was always a teacher somewhere or had vision on what was going on. Granted, once again, we didn't have phones back then for teachers to just be sitting on their phones the whole time during recess. So again, technology being an issue for adults, technology being an issue for kids. Too much distraction, too much unnecessariness is being exposed to these young children and distracting these adults from doing their job. Technology is a problem. It's a big problem. I hate it, which is crazy because I work in technology. I don't know, guys, but interesting video nonetheless. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I'm going to catch y'all next one. Take it easy. Peace.